Hey everybody, Jay Barino here, welcome back. Continuing UEDAIP, and we're on the finale of the UED campaign, so I expect this one's going to be a real doozy. Let's just get into it. Maybe we can do an exploratory run before restarting and seeing where we end up. So let's go.
Your forces are under attack.
Sir, these sunken colonies are being affected by anything we hit them with. I'll bet there's one of those cerebrate critters pumping it full of energy nearby. Rainer here.
Okay, there's our Confederate battle cruiser.
You don't mind, Captain, do you?
Yes, I do mind. No dropships. Interesting. Again, I'm just going to take the time here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is happening with our resources? Why did we start with 10k?
Captain, we are working on getting the side disruptor operational. Once it is ready to use, you can send one of your men to activate it. It will neutralize all Zerg in the immediate vicinity of our landing area.
SCV good to go, sir.
This is such an interesting start. I'm mildly confused. We should scan around. So we can't use dropships, but he's surrounded by the sunken colonies. The sunken colonies have HP, though. Are they... Again, this is what we're going to check for. Are they not invulnerable? Oh. So they're like the hunter killers now. They're not technically invulnerable. They just have a really big HP regen. Let's just stop. They have like a huge HP regen.
Base is under attack.
I'm so confused with the resources. What's going on here?
Yes, sir. Reporting for duty.
I guess I mean, we should be using them. We need supply straight away.
Go, sir. Transmit orders.
We start with a science vessel. That's nice. Yeah, and then no dropships. So we can kill the sunken colonies, so we're going to have to really push through. I mean, we have a lot of burst damage with panzers and phantoms to get through these. So there are beacons around the cerebrates. Pacify Zerg cerebrates to weaken the Overmind's defenses. Don't let the Zerg destroy the side disruptor or its power source, which is kind of in a dicey location here. As long as like a big air attack doesn't come from that specific direction. So we do have an ally. Vasili's helping us. So these are definitely killable with enough burst damage. Maybe we get we figure out how many phantoms we need to basically one cycle shot them. Like get 6 phantoms and then just right click them.
Base is under attack.
Some of them.
Okay. Wait, we had 100,000 resources. Holy shit. So I think the strategy is, as soon as you start the mission, just ignore whatever's happening with the sunken colonies, because you gotta really rush to spend as many resources as possible. So we want to just pull all of our SCVs to just make supply depots, barracks, 4 armories, 2 engineering bays, another starport, that kind of stuff. What's nice is that we do have some hidden defenses. We probably want to try to stay on top of repairing those. We have an ally here who's going to be helping us be pretty defensive. Zerg don't really have very good splash anti-air. Like Devourers, yes, but I wonder if I could make several groups of several groups of Skywings to snipe the sunken colonies. Again, it's really going to depend on how much DPS do you realistically need to get through these. It seems like 5 or 6 phantoms would be enough to just just instant kill the sunken colonies. Which, in doing so, we may actually be able to go for brown first, because red is less of a threat. Red isn't actively keeping us in our base like he does originally. So we could try to move out a little bit faster. You know what? I want to scan the Cerebrate again. We should also make additional command centers, 2 or 3, really as many. We should just make as many buildings as we can fit in our base with the initial resources before they get taken away. And we should saturate our gas so that we can actually get those upgrades started. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have that much stuff here. The 2 Panzers are, I mean, that's expensive, but he's able to push through a lot of this for us. Interestingly enough. So red is less of a a meta threat, if that makes sense. Red is not actively stopping us from progressing the map like he does in the original. We obviously have a nice expansion here that we want to take, but we have to secure it by killing these sunken colonies. And the threat here is probably going to be brown, and then we can hold red back because there are these nice ledges that have been added in on the outskirts. So I think we maybe defend the outskirts like this, and then we push to the right and go for brown. And this is another instance where I'm able to basically sit in my base for a while and kind of sit in a state of equilibrium. All I want to do is scan one of the Cerebrits one more time because I'm curious. Okay, they infested Terrans burrowed here. They are invulnerable, so you cannot kill the Cerebrits, but the goal, as far as I can tell, is we take control of them, and that will either completely pacify them or perhaps turn them into an ally immediately. I don't know. Yeah, these attacks are quite large. I think it would be worth my time to try to repair the sentries, because I don't think Teal's going to do it for himself. And we just, we get the basic defenses as typical, but this is interesting. I like the changes that I see so far, and we should be able to rush to some upgrades because of the early. So we want to be very greedy at the beginning in just getting as much tech as possible and utilize those resources before they are snatched away from us. Okay, I'm going to start over, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I have no idea why I made a cut.
These sunken colonies are being affected by anything we hit them with. I'll bet there's one of those.
But anyway, here we go.
Critters
Just because all I did was I just restarted. I don't know why I bothered making a cut there. So I have to decide again what's going to be the proper order to be doing things in here and how we spend our gas effectively. I'm just going to make more SCVs, and I think I'm going to get one more SCV on gas. Might be a little superfluous, but... And then the other thing, too, is I'm just going to make as many Steel Legionnaires as humanly possible, because why not?
This is Jimmy.
Because, again, we have so many resources, I think it's important that we just cram out as many units as possible straight away.
Once it is ready to use, you can send one of your men to activate it. It will neutralize all Zerg in the immediate vicinity of our landing area.
Okay, and I have to remember that I do have access to the side disruptor. Okay, let's grab one more barracks, and then again, just Steel Legionnaires, as long as I don't run out of supply depots, which I can afford to just keep building 1,000,000 of them, and I'm going to grab more, grab armories as well. Find a nice place to nestle them. Let's grab another command center. You guys get out of the way. Okay, and at the very least, we get stuff queued up. And the other thing that costs only resources is scorpions. So again, anything that we can use to get this money out of our bank and into something, invested into something. Get out of the way, SCV. This is not the time.
The Scorpion's ready.
And stuff is obviously getting blocked.
Your forces are under attack.
Captain, and as a result, I will be confiscating some of them.
Okay, pretty cool. Teal's keeping things at bay, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw down my science facility. And what I'm leaning towards is just moving out. Like, we can kill these sunken colonies. Like, it won't be easy, but I can at least make an effort to kill them. I have a lot of gas right now, so I'm going to start getting some basic upgrades.
Let's show them what we got.
We had these all queued up with old money, so let's just let them finish. And I think Teal or Cyan or whatever will keep us relatively safe for a while. And I think what I'm leaning towards doing... Oh, you're stuck, aren't you? Sorry, you're going to have to get killed. Is just moving in and trying to kill Brown, like, really, really fast. Trying is the key word here, right? So, let's get more medics, and then Steel Legionnaires. Alright, cool. And again, we've got like these random defenses up in this location. What I might do is just throw down a bunker. And as we move to the right, we can secure this expansion along the way. So let's cluster up my units and get ready to move. Again, because I was able to get like a huge army just to start here.
Your forces are
So that's solid. Let's go ahead and hotkey this. I'd rather not even bring any air units, so let's just hotkey my comsat station. Let's move out with Cyan. This is actually perfect. My science facility. Now I'm not going to be able to start +2. Okay, let's go.
What's the plan? Advancing.
Again, I'm trying to... Let's just try to clean this all out now.
your forces are
A group of Skywings could do it, Phantoms can do it, but I was able to just spam out so much crap at the beginning that, again, we got to take advantage of it. Okay, and then we'll bring these guys with us. In fact, destroy your old buildings so that I can take this. Keep making SCVs. We're going to move you over here.
your forces are under attack.
Keep pushing. I mean, we're pushing through these colonies, so this seems prudent right now. Let's save. Again, this just because I was able to utilize that giant bank at the beginning. It's weird that existed at all, but the fact that it did is, you know, it's absolutely worth, I think, trying to follow up here. I think I'm going to grab the Stabaloy armor, like, as soon as possible. I'm going to go Covert Ops. And I'm actually short on minerals, which means Phantoms.
Base is under attack.
Which means we're going to make Phantoms. Okay, keep pushing up towards Brown. I just saved, so this may or may not work depending on how much pre-placed stuff he has. But I got plenty of units, so we should be good. I guess it doesn't hurt to get rid of this stuff on the high ground. Depends on how many lurkers there are going to be also. Okay, and then let's grab a machine shot because I would very much like... Yes, they're doing a good job keeping us alive. Part of the problem I'm concerned about is being able to get reinforcements up to the front. We're going to go Phantoms right now. And then ocular implants. How is this going? It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I think we have a mild upgrade advantage for now. These Guardians are a problem, and I have no way to easily get units on top of them to kill them as they sit on the high ground, so we have to move in. Brown sunken colonies aren't special, it doesn't seem like. Okay, God, there's so many Guardians. Can we maybe move up here and just sort of chill out, and then maybe we can rally up an extra group of units to help us?
Your forces are under attack.
I feel like that would probably be the best choice, so maybe we can just like hang out up here for now. Okay, so you all hang out. We're going to get reinforcements to you as soon as possible. Let's get some panzers. I'm going to need another factory for sure. That's actually on my my gas.
What's the plan?
These Guardians are just real annoying, and maybe Valkyries would be a better option? I don't know. It's going to take them a while to rebuild these, so there's that. There's another one. How many are there? Okay.
Forward. On the move.
So I don't know if that accomplished what we needed it to accomplish, and I really wasn't able to reinforce very fast at all.
Forces are under attack.
So once we get, I think, Panzers and... Maybe we go Skywings just to focus down Guardians, but again, there's all these Spore Crawlers that are sort of like lining the tops.
Upgrade complete.
Okay. And how are they... Where are they... I mean, I thought that they were pushing into me, but now they're able to just bring in like a huge amount of extra stuff. Alright, move on over. Let's push this back and see if maybe we can get those reinforcements up to the front. Not enough gas. Okay, I need to take that... I need to finish taking this base.
Let's show them what we got. Deutschland's
Okay, let's see if we can rally and reinforce up with some of the units that we have, which is not much. How were they able to make so many more Guardians? I don't understand. Phantom should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. I'm just going to rally across the map.
Show them what we got.
I know I'm going mostly Steel Legionnaires. I think it's the right choice.
Let's show them what we got. In the sky. Let's show them what we got.
Additional
In the
supply
field.
And then you guys rally out here, so I've got a small group down here.
Advancing.
LMAO Panzer.
Depots required.
Keep upgrading there.
Insufficient supply depots.
Okay, and then Teal continues to sort of hold it down. I don't, again, I'm not confident that this is going to ultimately work, but we've got to try.
In the sky.
Okay, now we're here. Let's go ahead and move on into position, and now we can link up with our other group, which does have a lot of medics in it, which is nice. Wait for those phantoms to cycle.
We're uncrushable.
Scorpion, ready for battle.
Okay, let's go. And move on in. This is attack number 2. I guess we'll cycle. I see a giant red attack coming in for us. It's going to kill that expo that we had. It's already dead. My only hope
Forces are under attack.
is that these pre-placed defenses will make it happen for us. Let's rally up here. See, like, look at all those random defenses that are up there.
Base is under attack.
Okay, stay back.
Moving forward.
We're very close. I just need to get on the beacons, keep in mind. It's a lot of Ultralisks. Okay, turn and fight. There's all the Guardians again. It feels like we're right there, but we're still not quite. I need the Phantoms attacking the Guardians. There we go. Keep pushing in. Again, I'm happy with the Phantoms. They're doing a good job, I think.
Moving forward.
And do I even have enough medics here? Yes, I do. Okay, to take out to get onto the beacons is what I'm trying to say here. I made these Skywings, I guess, get in there and try to help. I've made some progress. Teals or Cyan's doing something here.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, move in. Move. Just walk up here.
Your forces are under attack.
Well, I was on it. I was on the beacon. I don't know what happened there. I'm spam right-clicking the beacon. I'm on it. I don't understand what makes the beacons vulnerable to be taken, unfortunately. Because we were doing really good. We were making our way in, and this Cerebrid is mine. I'm going to have to reload. Maybe you need to get a medic on all 3 beacons and hold position. It just says pacify Cerebrids. Like, there's so much in this base, you just need to hug the right, and then just cut a path straight to the Cerebrid, I think. And then obviously there are the burrowed infested Terrans. It's doable with what we've got, without a doubt. Okay, so I have confirmed. First off, I'm gonna use, I see red moving in towards me. I'm gonna go ahead and use the side disruptor. We can see how it works. Get some additional medics.
Additional supply depots required. Your forces are
Panzers, what have you. I need more depots. Let's get these built now. Meanwhile, my attack force is just getting, like, torn up across the map. Let's stay together. Stay clumped up, and then grab all these additional units here. So I have confirmed you do need a medic sitting on each of the beacons at the same time for this to work. So that's something to keep in mind. I guess let's send these fellas up here, too. And then just rally everything up. More medics. And really just steal Legionnaires. I didn't make enough depots at the very beginning when I had all that free money, and now I'm paying for it. Okay, there we go. Keep it up. Again, I think it's interesting how the side disruptor works here. It's pretty neat. Okay, I'm gonna move in. We have to kill the lurkers because they are killing my medics.
Your forces are under attack.
And then just any errant units that I have available to me, I need to send across the map. Okay, and I'd like more Panzers as well. Let's, again, continue taking this. Really, the issue that I have is the Guardians. There are so many of them. There we go. Even just this small number of wraiths. I think I'd be more comfortable just gutting Brown completely in order to get to the Cerebrid rather than trying to get straight to the Cerebrid. So we push in. If we can kill that Greater Spire, man, that would actually be really, really good. Really, really helpful. Try to dive in and kill these. Okay, very nice. This is working, and as long as I have enough, I need to make sure that I keep enough medics. alive in order to get them onto the beacons. I need 3. I have more than enough right now. Okay, good. So I'm going to start moving up here towards the beacons. And I need to bait out... I know that there are infested Terran's burrows, so let's try and bait them. Just lost 2 medics, but I still have enough. Let's try to clump up closer to the beacons. Again, I'm going to move in and just take these infested Terrans, draw them in towards us. Keep it up. Move these up every little bit. Okay, medic, move. She's stuck. Just go. I'm trying to spam click her onto the beacon. Hold position. Hold position. Get on there. Get on there. Okay, we did it.
Ready for anything.
We did something. They're neutral.
What do you have for me?
Let's get back to base. I need to take this base. Teal Cyan seems to be pretty aggressive at this moment as well, so that's big positive. I like how Cyan is just branching out across the map. That's really cool. All right, we take a breath and we save because I'm going to set up this expansion. Cyan's sort of defending it. We're going to save here. Brown is gone. They're gone.
Ready for anything.
Let's spend our money now. I need to get Stabaloy armor. I can go ahead and grab Charon rockets. And red is going to be my next target. One thing I know for a fact, there is no orange Cerebrid anymore. Doesn't exist. Alright, so no Torask. Did we even see Torask? Was there a Torask? I thought I heard a Tortured Roar at one point, but... Okay, we need more medics now, and just keep making Marines. And then... We can make normal siege tanks this map. I didn't notice that originally. Confederate cruiser, you're doing it. You're doing a good job. So is Teal our ally? How does this work? I'm gonna guess that Teal is counting as our ally. I like it. Okay, I never filled that up. I was extremely aggressive with Brown. Again, I've been saving. I don't want to keep the pressure off. We should probably push straight into red now. Not now, not like right now, but soon. I think we really should. Okay, so rather than an ill-fated attack into red, I instead am bunkering up my side here. Hey, look, it's Torask. He's our buddy now. So Brown's our buddy. Brown may or may not get killed by orange, we'll see. But right now, my main focus here is instead going to be on trying to actually cripple orange. Now, orange is... I'm going to scan them right now. The way that orange functions is they just have a bunch of Nidus canals and no actual production. I didn't realize this for a while. And actually, that sound we just heard is indicative that orange is coming online. So what we need are... We can actually make normal siege tanks this mission, by the way. Is we just need a bunch of extra defense. Like, I'm just going to spam tanks. And then what I'm going to do is make a small group of Skywings to just dive in and kill some Niduses. That's it. I could do Valhallas as well, but Skywings are a little cheaper, and I can produce them a bit faster. So what I'm doing here is I've moved up to support this goofy little area that Cyan builds. Why he has that here, I don't know, but it's not important. I like the idea that it's here, so I'm just going to keep making lots and lots of siege tanks, and then probably snipers when I can afford them, but obviously right now I just need Skywings.
In the sky. In the sky.
So, if we take a look again, so there are no actual hatcheries or hives, nor is there an orange Cerebrid. It's just these Nidus canals, and the units are produced out of them. So, for all intents and purposes, they are spawned. Also, we can go over 250 supply, so there's a thing. So, I'm just getting my upgrades for my Skywings. Here's +3 attack here. I did replay the whole beginning. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. Okay, we got our buddies here helping us out. Let's just make sure that we're repairing. I might even get maybe some tanks up on the high ground if I can squeeze them up there. And one thing I've noticed is that orange doesn't actually have any flyers. It's just red having flyers, so we can actually exploit red significantly for not having flyers. So I'm doing my best to ensure that Cyan doesn't get himself stuck, as he is wont to do. There's our Confederate battlecruiser. It almost died, but it didn't. Okay, keep making these, and let's check on our upgrades here. So
Show 'em what we got.
now I've got
What do you have for me? Yosh.
several Skywings. 10 is probably enough. My brown ally is still alive, so I'm going to fly my Skywings up and around the side, and then meanwhile, just build more, because I'm going to have to make several runs at this.
Your forces are under attack.
Let's show 'em what we got.
Okay, Orange is now officially online, which means they're just going to start sending stuff like crazy at us across these different sides. So that's why I'm going to try to get normal siege tanks. Panzers are just more expensive, and I don't want to spend more gas on them. Getting some Valhallas is absolutely worth it, though, I believe, simply because the sheer amount of units that Orange will eventually start spawning to come and attack us. Okay, so let's go. Brown is still alive and should act as a good buffer against Orange for us. So I'm going to save. I have 3 safety saves. Again, I played this for a while after I made that first cut, and so I kept in the part of me attacking into red and not working. And then what I ended up doing was I reloaded and tried to attack into the bottom layer of Orange, which also has a bunch of Niduses. But I think the key first, now in retrospect, is set up that solid defense to allow Cyan to sort of expand their macro opportunities. Actually, it looks like I might be able to take this bottom right base, and then normally Brown takes that, and then snipe the Nidus canals like as soon as possible. So you guys just wait there for a second, because I am going to go and take this. Again, I would have expected Brown to take this, but I'm fine that they didn't. Believe you me.
Upgrade complete.
And then we need some tanks over here as well. Again, it all comes down to how much our ally is going to be able to absorb. Might be a lot, might be a little, and by our ally I mean Brown. So I'm going to just kind of duck in here, take our shots. We're +3 attack now. And we're just going to back away. I'm going to sneak up here. Hit this one.
Let's go there.
Red has some Scourge there, it looks like. And then, speaking of that, let's start getting Plasma Shields. And other basic
Base
upgrades.
is under attack.
Altitude all
Okay,
good.
and then again, I'm just going to
Let's go
keep
there.
anything that can chip away at Orange's ability to spawn more units. That's what I'm doing here.
Altitude all good.
I think ultimately this is going to make a really big difference. Let's go for this.
What do you have for me?
Very nice. I'm assuming they have more Ultra Caverns and such, so there's not much point in going for those. Let's come back down here and make sure that we keep building these.
Ready
That should give
for
us a full
anything.
group.
Let's go there.
Might just want to
I'm
wait
good
for
with that. I've got it covered.
the ensnare to wear off. I don't know. Let's just go for the... And again, if we can see it, we should dive the canals. That's it.
What do you have for me? I'm good with
Every
that.
little
Yosh.
bit that we can chip away at.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, I see one let's around this corner here. Again, this is really cheeky, and again, I tried playing the map without realizing that this was something that you could do, or how effective this would be.
I've got
Again,
it
this makes a really big difference, I
I've
think, in
got
the
it
grand
covered.
scheme.
Altitude all good.
We'll just dive some of these. Okay, so we have another group there, and then one right up at that top area, and then there's the Overmind. We have 2 there that I can go for next. This is done. Let me get that gas set up. Torask is spawning, but he's our friend, I guess. And you can see Brown is now starting to get rolled over. So I'm going to keep making tanks and setting them up over in this location. The biggest problem, as you can probably imagine, is going to be infested Terrans just clumping up on these defensive positions here.
Ready
Okay,
for
got a whole
anything.
nother group of Skywings, so I'm going to dive them in there and kill some Niduses. Again, it feels a little cheeky to do this, but it definitely works. My only hope is that Brown can survive for long enough to keep that base alive to make it worthwhile having in the first place. So there are 3 right there I'm going to go for. Okay, they're starting to stream in. And I think I might make another one here. It's not that I'm trying to defend my allies' buildings. It's more that I just want to secure this as much as possible. Again, this is for when Brown goes down. I need to ensure that Brown... Try to keep this alive. I need to ensure that
What do you have for me?
we have a backup plan if and when Brown bites it. And he will.
I've got it covered. Yosh. Let's go there.
So we're going to come in
Yosh.
here.
I've got it covered. Yosh.
And this will also alleviate the attacks onto Brown. So by killing these, Brown may actually become a useful ally.
I've got it covered.
Stay away from me.
Let's go there.
I'm just going to dive these 2. and then just leave, and then I'll build
Your
more.
forces are under attack.
Okay, and we got a good amount of them out, and then we did snipe pretty much all the ones around this outer area. There's more. There's some right on top of the Overmind, and I'm going to imagine that those are going to be the ones that are providing the most support. There are some, again, like sniping maybe 1, 2, those 4 right there would be solid. Plus there's 3 right on top of the Overmind. So, but those are surrounded by spores, so I may be able to do that. I don't know. We'll just make another group and dive in there. Let's grab ship plating. This is running out. You can get up to 250 supply on this map, which is really nuts to me.
Ready for anything.
Again, the real thing here that's important is, number one, I have this bottom right base. I took out Brown like as fast as I could. It was like astronomical how fast I tried to kill him, and it worked. Okay, these do have +3 attack, and then I'm just going to get more tanks up in this direction to just cram in there. He's trying to rebuild his missile turrets. Good job, buddy. It's always good to have that extra detection. I might be able to start getting some Valhallas here soon.
Ready for anything.
And then I have 4 left, so 1 more spawn of these, and then we can dive more. Again, I'm just going to... I mean, I've got the money, so I'm going for it.
Insufficient Vespene
Again,
gas.
one thing to realize that you can exploit on this map is if you can defend against red, you can completely remove orange entirely by killing every single Nidus Worm.
Altitude.
And one thing that I also didn't realize, again, was the fact that the Nidus Worms produce the units. They don't just outright spawn them. So there's a period of time that you can sit
For me. Ready for anything.
where you can basically just sit and nothing will happen so long as you get rid of the Nidus Worms. And again, if Brown... I don't think Brown's going to make it through this. I think Brown's already mostly wiped. So this stuff's going to start hitting this side. So again, it's important that we've already started crippling orange. Otherwise, this would be even worse. So we have to... I'm trying to get rid of all these backline Niduses. And now that once those are gone...
Altitude all good. Let's go there. Yosh.
Let's try to get back here and take care of these.
Your forces are under
Is that these
attack.
ones on the low ground, I think I'm just going to build a large army and just try to blast through them that way.
In the sky.
That's going to be a problem. I'll just keep building these, and again, more tanks, more siege tanks. And then meanwhile, I'm just going to start building a large ground force to start pushing into the low ground,
Insufficient Vespene gas.
into the low ground of orange. So that's just going to be lots and lots of legionnaires. Getting through red is surprisingly difficult simply because of the amount of sunken colonies that can regenerate. And the easiest way to get to him is through orange,
In the
Base is
sky.
under attack.
unfortunately.
Yosh.
Okay, and again, the sooner that we can get rid of more of these Niduses, the better. Every single one that we get rid of just reduces Orange's ability to actually attack us significantly. So we just dive in.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, that's another one down. We can get the next 2 pretty easily by sneaking a little bit further over to the
Upgrade.
left next time. And again, I have another group ready to go, ready to suicide, basically.
In the field.
What do you have for me?
Insufficient Vespene gas.
And once again, send them up there. I only got 2 that run, but every single group that I get is really, really useful, I think. I also still have access to the side disruptor, which it basically anytime that a unit, like anything that's within my general base vicinity, any Zerg unit that's in my general base vicinity will
Let's go
Your
there.
forces are under attack.
should get killed by them. Not killed by, but turn neutral, which is really interesting. Was that my... Oh, no, I thought that was my Confederate cruiser. You go on hold position, buddy. You're so important.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, and then tank mode. Again, you can already see that Orange's attacks are being thinned out. It really seems like the key is you have to thin out the Orange attacks as soon as possible, and if you don't, you're going to be in for a world of hurt.
Sky.
I could also kill their structures. Like I see a Hydra Den. I see several Hydra Dens and Ultra Caverns. If we got rid of those, that might make a big difference. So what I'll do is I'll snipe the red Scourge that are sitting on the outskirts, and then I'll just maybe kill this Spore Colony and then dive in there.
Ready for anything.
So let's see if we can make this happen. Maybe kill that. Probably kill this
I'm good with
one
that.
Spore killing this spore may actually draw in a bunch of
Additional supply depots required.
bring in a bunch of scourge, so we should be careful. Okay, let's hit these.
I'm good with that.
Additional
Okay,
supply
and then
depots and
dive
forces
this
are
one.
under attack.
Altitude all good.
That's fine. The additional scourge is fine. I just want to kill this last Nidus. Oh, there's 2 additional Niduses here, actually. Again, I'll go for the... I'll go for it. That's one where, again, I think I can just make a group and just dive it. Just completely dive it. And guess what? I have a whole nother group already ready to suicide themselves for the glory of this. Let's get up here and maybe poise ourselves down on this base. Again, you can see orange is still mostly focused on brown, which is fine with me. Okay, there's that sound again, which means I think a large attack incoming. Let's get more tanks, more siege tanks. I have a good amount of panzers, and again, I'm going to continue making a bunch of steel legionnaires and medics for, again, getting ready to actually push into orange proper. Get Toresk in there, buddy. You got to get Toresk into the fight. Now, I could probably snipe... Probably move in and snipe some of these Niduses on the outskirts here. Again, it depends on what's in this base. I do know for a fact that orange doesn't have any anti-air except... Well, they only has ground-to-air, I should say. It's another one down.
Let's go there.
And we've gotten pretty much all the ones in here. I might be able to make a beeline for this. There's some pre-placed red scourge to stop you, or dissuade you rather from doing this. That was a good plague. Okay, and again, I've killed a good amount of them, so now I'm more concerned about red than anything else. I could make another group. At this point, I think I'm going to focus on actually attacking directly into orange's front door, because I have sniped a lot of his production, but you can still see the sheer amount of units just streaming into us. It's frightening. Okay, get tanks up here, get another tank over here. And this is coming out of the Nidus worms that still remain, keep in mind. Unfortunately, like, our bunkers are getting killed by friendly fire, but having that additional base in the bottom right has been absolutely killer. Okay, you guys stay here because I'm going to load you back up, and I'm going to start moving into orange now. Got to kill, like, the orange low ground area, and in fact, that's way too many Valhallas.
Additional supply depots
I'm
required.
oversupply. Okay, well, that's fine. That means I've got a good amount of units ready to go, so that's, again, it's a good sign.
Your forces are under attack.
And what I'd like to do, actually, is I'd bring Skywings for, like, this attack. Because I think attacking with air is probably the right choice. Also, Valhalla to storm this would really be incredible. I do have +3 pretty much everything right now. I just hemorrhaged so much supply doing what I just did. That's all right. Let's rally up here, get the Skywings. Just because they do AoE, they're going to massacre Hydralisks. Okay, that's one Valhalla.
Your
Make
forces are
Marines,
under
make Panzers,
Reporting.
make Steel Legionnaires and Panzers. I've managed to actually get past this front part of my base, so I'm happy about that. You guys load on up, not you.
On the mark, sir. Reports are duty.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, but now that we've, again, reduced their ability to build in general, I may be able to make this work.
Anytime you're ready.
Let's make sure the Valhalla stay kind of close. Scion attacking with me would be... Oh my god, that's so many infested Terrans. Keep moving in. I just need to push forward and get to those Niduses. That's fine.
Let's show them what we got.
You guys just siege up here.
Let's show them what we got.
Okay, and I've got lots and lots of reinforcements coming up.
Base is under attack.
Keep pushing in. Again, every single Nidus that we can kill is invaluable. You can tell when they spawn a wave.
Base is under attack.
Confederate battlecruiser. Okay, and unfortunately it looks like red has... that one infested spawn right there was killer. Okay, go for this. Just need to get slightly in range and go for this. I think I'm going to have to back up here pretty soon. I do have reinforcements. Let's just keep this going. No! Confederate battlecruiser! He fulfilled his purpose in death. That was his job. This attack hasn't gone super well. I think I'm going to load it again, simply because I started moving out, and as soon as I moved out, I got caught by a pretty large incoming attack wave, so I'm going to wait. And, again, getting those Valhallas out would be really, really helpful. Also being supply blocked. Not good.
Solid as a rock, sir. We'll take orders, Captain.
Okay, and then get this just fixed up.
We're uncrushable.
Yeah, so this orange wave right here, I needed to wait for this. Now I can move up.
Rainer here. Oh yeah.
Your forces
And I want to get Skywings up here because again, their ground to air, or air to ground is what I meant, is really, really, really solid. Now, obviously, the killer here is just going to be infested Terrans, as I've said multiple times. It's just there's not much we can do about it. So, unfortunately, it is what it is.
Explorer reporting.
All right, so let's rally up Panzers as well. That's what we're lacking right now. Is like that strong ground
Your
to
forces are under attack.
ground to ground.
Rainer here. Deutschland's fight.
Okay, and then yeah, I gotta kill this red attack that sort of flanked me. Let's take care of this. You guys back up.
Base is under attack.
Okay, very nice. We do have the Valhalla. That's so many infested Terrans. A lot of them just killed themselves, thankfully. So now we're gonna move in. Ugh. The swarm right there is also killer, so let's try to move in and hug the left. I feel like I just need to keep trying this attack until it works, because it will, but a lot of it is just, again, infested Terrans completely fucking your day, and there's nothing you can do about it. Not to mention defilers. Pre-placed defilers, I might add, so maybe if we can just stop those from spawning, we'll be in better shape. Can we one-shot Yamato these? I don't think I got the upgrade to do that. Let's siege you up.
Your forces are under attack.
Everybody move in and keep this push on. Rally all up to the very front.
Your forces are under attack.
Guess bring SCVs to frantically repair. More Skywings. You don't sit there. I need you.
Taking position.
Okay, keep going. Again, just we want to push through these Nidus canals. That's the key. No. You know what? That wasn't too bad. You guys just hit the canals. That's your only job as usual. But the biggest key is, again, removing their ability to make infested Terrans and call in additional units. I could back up until I can solidify my hold on this push. Like I'll even make like turrets up here. These are gonna die, but it's just to ensure that I have vision where possible.
Ready for anything.
Okay, move on in. By the way, how are my upgrades? Not complete,
Your forces are
but
under
just
attack.
about. Let's keep it up with the Marines. I think I've got something good going here. We're very, very close. I'd like to push to the right and kill this infested command center. Valhalla, please. Okay, very nice. So many lurkers. Okay, keep pushing up in this direction, up in this direction. We have one Nidus there, one Nidus to the right, and then I'm going to back up and then kind of re-review my options, make more Skywings to dive the remaining Niduses, and just take orange completely out of this. That's what needs to happen here. Like I said, I just felt like I just needed to reload this until I got it to work. Some Infestitarians, man, I hate them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just dive so deep. There's even more up there. But now that we're getting rid of a lot of this low ground stuff, I can keep this push on to the high ground. And get rid of the remaining Niduses up there. Maybe. Let's just back up for a moment. Back up to our stuff. Is that a... Oh, that's another Valhalla. I'm glad I built another one. And you can see that red continues to keep some pressure upon us, but not huge, and I always have the side disruptor, if necessary. Which does what it sounds like. Okay, let's go ahead and... Let's go Skywings again, because we kind of have a foothold back here, so I'm just going to sit here until I can get more Skywings. I've got a good amount here. I just need to move in and kill these remaining colonies.
Your forces are under attack.
Let's move towards this location. I'm going to save because I think I've got what I need now. It was tricky, but I think, again, I'm where I need to be. I'm going to get this Nidus.
In the sky. In the sky. I'm good with that.
Okay, just go for the Nidus. Skywings, man, they're the unsung heroes. Also, Confederate battlecruiser. He's doing it. He really is. I hate these. There's so many lurkers. There's so many. Okay, I don't need to bother with this anymore. Also, they're not going to be able to reinforce very much at all, because I think the only Niduses they have left are the ones right on top of the Overmind, which I think I can dive with enough Skywings at this point. So I'm going to wait here. I see red coming with a pretty large attack. Let's hit the... Well, I'm going to save, just in case, because sometimes if they're too far away, it doesn't work. Like that, it did not work. I think they have to be in the base, like within the canyons, for that to properly hit. But that's all right. That's all good. Okay, let's just back up to this general location. I'm waiting for more of the Skywings. They're all flying their way up here.
Ready for anything.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, and then I don't really know what Cyan is up to. There's also a base here that I could try to take. The key is, again, we've essentially removed Orange from the fight. Brown is dead.
Your forces are under attack.
Brown is dead. He doesn't have anything left, but that's fine with me. Let him be dead. Yes. Help us out, buddy. Okay, let's get our last upgrades. I should be repairing those. Okay, I think I can take a bit of a breather here, just because, again, Orange is so damaged at this point.
Altitude all good. Yes.
Pretty sure that, again, all I have to do is kill the remaining Niduses. I could probably win, but just out of spite, I'd very much like to kill red also. This base surviving is definitely the MVP. Not having this base, I would definitely not have been able to survive. In fact, I'm going to come and take this just in case. I don't know if Brown is... Well, that's the other thing. I'm not 100% sure if Brown is... I can't believe this tank survived.
In the sky. In the sky.
If Brown has...
What do you have for me?
What am I thinking? I can't spit it out.
What do you have for me? I'm good with that.
Again, I just gotta... I really just have to dive him. Yeah, Brown can't rebuild. If Orange is going to attack over here is what I was thinking. He may or may not. Again, well, he can't get by us. So the answer is no. Goddamn. Goddamn lurkers. Okay, Orange is sneaking by because I didn't rebuild some of this. Oh, I've got this whole group here. Okay, so let's basically just move in and ignore a lot of the stuff and just right-click the Nidus, or we can kill some of the spores.
I've got it covered. Let's go there. I've got it covered. In the sky.
We kill the spores so that we can easily snipe the Niduses with another group if we have to, because odds are we would need two groups regardless.
Let's go there.
those red Scourge are real assholes, you know that?
We've reached the perimeter of the Overmind's nesting area. We can launch the mid-team at any time, sir.
Okay.
Base is under
Red.
attack.
Red needs to fuck off here. Hang on. So you just stay here and help clean this up. Make more sky wings. Again, it's cheesy, but it's working, and I'll do what I need to do. Okay, and now we've got this, so I can get this fully saturated. I have so much money banked right now, and I've been close to full supply anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that.
Good. Let's go there.
Let's get some more Valhallas, and then we can use that to push into red.
Ready for
Again, in
anything.
theory,
What do you have for me?
Orange won't be able to
I've
produce
got it
anything
covered.
else once I kill all of the Niduses, and there are only 2 left.
I'm good with that. Let's go there. I've got it covered. I'm good with that.
So that's 1.
Let's go there.
Your forces are under attack.
And if you don't think I'll make another... Well, actually, it's dead. Alright, so Orange should have nothing else available. He shouldn't be able to make anything else. Shouldn't. But who knows, you know, who knows what he's going to try to do. And then, of course, Red is still going to be around causing us problems and being a general butthole.
Base is under attack.
It looks like there are still lurkers coming from somewhere.
Upgrade complete. Not enough
Again, I'm like 90% sure we've got them all. He just really wants to make lurkers. We just want to bleed him
Your
out.
forces are under attack.
Altitude all good. I'm good with that.
We just want to bleed him out. I'm going to make nukes, I think, for
Your forces are under attack.
red.
For anything.
Not
Altitude
enough
all
energy.
good. What do you have for me? Ready for anything.
Okay, very cool. You guys load on up. Oh my gosh.
What do you have for me?
Look at these jerks. It's just endless. Wait, is that Torask?
I've got it covered.
No, that's just a normal Ultralisk. Wow, Brown lives somehow.
Ready for anything. I've got it covered.
Wow, okay, we did it. It was a rough start. I had to play the map essentially twice and was kind of ready to give up, only because I had spent a lot of time on it. But when I finally learned that how easy it was to essentially snipe the...
Go there.
To essentially snipe those,
Add-on complete.
I guess I'll leave some of these here just in case. To snipe those Niduses. I didn't realize how many there were. But again, now it's very clear to me how easy it is to do that. Now I have to decide how I want to kill Red. But Red is the only thing left that could possibly be a threat, which is a nice feeling. I think what I would do, like I have a straight shot right here into Red. Those are Red's Niduses. So I should be able to just walk in and take him. They also sort of want to just murder the shit out of him too, you know? Okay, so this is mined out, so you all can move up here. Again, I have plenty of resources now. It's going to be a little superfluous. But what I'm going to do is just get these tanks sieged up, and this is my new bunker line, and we're going to push left over to hijack Dagoth, I think. I don't know. I haven't decided. The Confederate battlecruiser lives. How are we doing on upgrades? I think we're all done. Okay, very nice. So let's make... I think we're just going to want to make Panzers. And we're just going to rally straight up and in with infantry, Panzers. There shouldn't be any more infested Terrans. So we just get maxed out here. I don't think... you know what? Let's go... It's weird you can make Firebats and Siege Tanks on this mission, but you couldn't on any other ones. I have the Valhallas there as well, and I've got a lot of money, so I could make more of them.
Your forces are under attack.
Sorry, buddy. Notice how no orange units have appeared for a while. That's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. All right, you guys coming over here. Every time I see that Ultralisk, Torask is probably running around somewhere too. But I'm happy to have them be just dead. You know what? I'm not going to nuke, so let's just remove that. I haven't made any phantoms. Probably should do that instead. I'm going to make sure that I have enough medics. Oh, yeah. So many phantoms. I'll make sure that I have enough medics to actually steal Dagoth when the time is right. This is probably too many Skywings. What's Scion doing right now? You know what's funny? There's a geyser up there I could have gone for so much earlier. Okay, so Red is congregating up there, but that's fine. I'm ready for him. Bring it on, buddy. I've got the full army here. And, I mean, I could also cut a lot of this out at this point, considering, like, I'm pretty sure I could just casually waltz into orange and win and take the Overmind. But obviously, like I said, I would like to either... I want to just, like, gut Red's base and then steal the Cerebit because I just want to be slightly bad-mannered because I deserve it at this point. Alright. Just get, like, bunkers set up all over the place. I want that big red group to come and attack me. I dare them to. How about this? We can be an asshole with science vessels / Valhallas. I never get finished all of my my Valhalla upgrades. We got to do that. All right, see ya, assholes. So we're gonna start moving. I guess over here? Or up here, rather. Through this little canyon. So this isn't going to go super well. I don't think. But that's okay. You know what, Confederate Battlecruiser, you can stay.
Your forces are under attack.
Here's the leftovers of that group.
Deutschland's finest. Moving forward.
I actually have too much air right now. I don't have enough ground. I need more Panzers. Actually, nah, this is fine. This is good. Okay, and then you all move up. I want these Phantoms in the fight. Now I have to deal with Red reinforcing at a crazy, crazy rate. I assume they can build Hunter Killers. That's the only reason that this continues to happen. I have to get through this tiny little choke point. Which sucks. Alright, let's head over here to the left. Those Valhalla's pretty good. He's right there. I guess we should focus on taking him. Him being... It is Dagoth.
Let's go there.
I tempted fates, I think, by trying to move too far in to the left. Let's just hold out. Let's just hold out right here for a moment. More Phantoms coming up. More Panzers coming up. I didn't make enough factories. That would have helped. These Skywings, they just really, really like to dive in there. Okay, so we got a bunch of Panzers. Let's just use these to snipe the sunken colonies.
Let's see who's tougher.
Your forces are under attack.
Moving forward.
Okay, very nice. And in talking to Nekron, he didn't tell me what it was, but he did say that there's something on this map that somehow carries forward to a mission in the Zerg campaign, which scares me a little bit, because I have no idea what that would be.
Let's show them what we got.
I'm about ready to take Dagoth.
Let's show them what we got.
I'm trying to, like, brainstorm what that could be. So, I mean, it obviously has to do with the UED's ability to control the Zerg, right? So, there are several missions where we control Kerrigan and are fighting UED/Zerg. Lots of supply limit exceeded. I should just move down and kill
Your
this.
forces are under attack. Upgrade complete.
Let's see who's tougher.
Actually, that's not. Those aren't my units that are running into the grinder. My units are coming up this way.
Deutschland's finest. Moving forward.
Your forces are under
State the
attack.
nature of your medical emergency.
I don't know why this is inactive right now, but it's fine with me. Just ignore it now.
Sir, yes, sir.
Your armor's too tough. In the field, taking position. Advancing.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move straight north, hug the left, and maybe we can kill the hive, or just steal. Again, now I'm thinking like maybe I should purposefully kill as much of this as possible because I don't, you know, I want to weaken them as much as I can. It's a lot of phantoms. I love it. I love the sound. Okay, cool. We're in here and we have, it looks like more than enough medics. You know what? Yeah, let's destroy the hive. I don't know what's checked. That's the thing.
Moving forward.
So let's do it. And then medics, let's just move you in and put you on hold. Do I have enough medics here? I see one, I see two. That's an SCV, by the way. I'm short one medic. Oh, man. Oh, man, I'm going to have to wait. Just make 1 million of them, and then just a bunch of Legionnaires, and this is what we're going to attack into the rest of Orange with.
In the field.
I guess we should scan the rest of Red.
Not enough energy.
Let's show 'em what we got.
More Niduses. I hate them.
They got to get through me first.
Call the shot.
Okay, let's move on in. I'll even move in with the Confederate battlecruiser. I'm not looking at a medic, right? No, I don't have one.
They got to get through me
I just
with
need...
their
Oh,
own.
no, haha! I do have one. Okay, hit it. Alright, Red is now an ally. And by Red being an ally, I mean I think I might just want to kill as much of him as possible because I hate him now. No, it's fine. Alright, I think we got the hive, and that's really all I care about. So let's start just auto-attacking over here. Doing what you need to do.
Anytime you're ready.
It's mostly ground that can do it, but he can't make any units, so it's just strictly pushing through static defense. And then I did queue up extra medics, which we're going to need to do this.
Deutschland's fine.
This one feels good to win, especially because I had resigned myself to not being able to win at a time, simply because I tried, and you get overwhelmed by Orange so decisively.
On the mark, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Kill those, very nice. I never got my +3 on my science vessel.
Anytime you're ready.
Keep going. I thought Dagoth was one of the Cerebrits that merged to become the Overmind. Not lore accurate. 0 stars. How dare you. Now we just gotta wander in and take it. I don't know how much time I spent on the first couple videos here.
Moving forward.
Of course, there are 8 to 9 million lurkers.
Not enough energy.
Again, they can't be rebuilt though, so we're all good.
Advancing.
See, this one, you can just walk onto the beacons. But the other ones,
Your
no,
forces
no.
are under attack.
Game says no. Scion was a pretty useful hero.
Taking position.
Piggybacking off of Scion's little frontal expansion here seemed really useful because he builds more production and actually builds out of it. What I don't know is maybe if we would have pushed up here, for example, Scion would take that too. Who knows? All right, get on the thing. I like how the red, they're neutral. They're just sitting there. Okay, do it.
Captain, the medics are in place and are administering the neurostim treatments to the Overmind.
Yeah, give me my dropships back, you jerk.
Excuse me, Admiral. Someone to you.
You ran. You son of a bitch. What's the meaning of this?
Admiral de Gaulle, I've heard a lot about you.
What the hell are you?
I am Kerrigan. The Zerg you've killed here, and the Overmind which you've come to collect, are mine. As is our mutual friend, Lieutenant Duran. You see, Admiral, there are a number of groups in this sector who feel that your involvement here causes certain complications. My associates and I intend to make sure that your reign is short-lived.
You may find that difficult, you abomination. Seeing as how I possess the means to disrupt your control of the Zerg.
Ah, you're referring to your vaunted Psi Disruptor. It won't last you forever, Admiral. Sooner or later, I'll destroy it. Then I'll show you what the Zerg are really capable of. Oh, and by the way, Admiral, your friend Stukov was twice the man you are. I'm glad you saved me the trouble of having to kill him.
Alright, we did it. So the Psi Disruptor is a neat concept, but I didn't really have an opportunity to show it off in this playthrough. Again, I had what was virtually an entire second playthrough that led to an eventual defeat after about the same amount of time. But again, putting both in, the video would just be unconscionably long. So I think the key to this one, just to round it up, and then we'll watch the cinematic at the end, because how can you not with the UED, is you have to recognize that, number one, Orange doesn't make air units. It's kind of hard to recognize that when there's so much going on. Very, very hard to focus on that. But if you recognize Orange is not making air units, could be beneficial, because then you know that you can make air, and he can't counter you because he doesn't have Scourge. Or Devourers. So just mass BC probably would work, and you could sweep Orange off the map before you even bother with Red. The second thing is, Orange doesn't even come online until quite a while after you're dealing with Brown or Red. Now, I went for Brown really early. I left that part in for my original attempt because it went pretty darn well. The difference, though, is, again, you have to recognize you hear that ground shaking, and that means Orange is going to start flooding with units. Now, one thing is, just with expectation setting, I talked to Nekron about this a little bit, is I understand the units spawn out of the Nidus Canals, but what you don't know, unless you scan in arbitrary places, is realizing how many Nidus Canals there truly are. So if you had an idea that, hey, I can start pecking away at these Nidus Canals and slowly but surely crippling Orange's ability to produce, you know, how would you even expect to think, oh, Orange doesn't have any hives or hatcheries? You'd have to scan his whole base. You would just assume he has hives or hatcheries, right? But no, it's strictly the Nidus Canals. With that knowledge, you can make strategic moves that are a lot more impactful. So again, it's really just about expectation setting, where when I didn't know that and I ended up losing, it was very frustrating because I tried pushing into Orange, Red kept flanking me, and the attacks from Orange were like ridiculous, like 15 plus Ultralisks at one point. It was nuts, like 8 to 10 infested Terrans per wave, and granted they typically killed each other, but still it was just absolutely overwhelming. So this one was, you know, go for Red or Brown first. You gotta clinch it, like, right away. Use that extra money you get at the beginning. Brown is easier. Take out Brown. If you're lucky, you'll get his bottom right expansion, which I was lucky. I got his bottom right expansion. I didn't need it, though, in order to continue doing what I was doing. And then I just used Skywings. You could probably use Battle Cruisers or Valhallas, fly around the map, and just take out all those outlying Nidus Canals. And every single one you destroy is just making the map just a tiny bit easier, and then you just slowly chip away and get rid of them all. Dagoth is nestled so far back into his base, there's no easy way to get to him through his own base because of the sunken colonies, where I think it was easier to take out Orange on the low ground before cutting over to actually take him, at which point you don't really need him anymore anyway. And we'll see what carries over into the Zerg campaign and on what mission it matters. Our Confederate battlecruiser, I think, lived. I don't think that really matters. Yikes. Okay, so let's watch the beautiful cinematic.
Zerg! The very mention of this terrifying race once brought fear to all who heard it. But now we can all rest easy, as our own forces now occupy their very homeworld of Char. Months have passed since our initial confrontation with the Zerg, and now Directorate forces have taken control of the planet Char, long since rumored to cradle the malevolent overmind of the Zerg. The overmind itself, an enormous living brain-like entity, dictates control over all the myriad Zerg forces, and it was believed to be planning an invasion of the Earth itself. Once on the offensive, our highly trained Directorate forces were more than a match for the beast-like Zerg. Even their fiercest warrior breed could not defeat the greatest military technology in the galaxy. The Zerg forces on Char were completely decimated, and their losses were tallied in the millions. But all wars have casualties, and while Directorate losses were minimal, the fleet's Vice Admiral Stukov gave his life during the final valiant assault on Char. Memorial services were held aboard the Directorate flagship Alexander. Vice Admiral Stukov truly knew the meaning of sacrifice. Yet his sacrifice was not in vain. The Overmind itself was the prize of the battle. Even now, Directorate psychics and powerful drugs are keeping the creature pacified. The Overmind will undergo extensive research to ensure the continued safety of the United Earth Directorate and of all mankind.
Wonderful. We did it. I don't have that much more to add. Again, I had to play this mission basically twice, but in a way, I mean, being able to go into it with that extra knowledge does give you that feeling of you're able to sort of master the map again, but you need the knowledge to go into it in the first place, and sometimes that just takes losing, unfortunately. But again, there's only so much time I think I'm willing to put in for, you know, one video for one day. You know, it's my own enjoyment to play it, but I really have to think hard about what I include in the video and what I don't, which can be a bit of a pain. The Zerg campaign, I'm sure, is going to be its own special animal here, so we'll see what it is when we get to it. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.